Bombshell alert, Julián Álvarez has just sent a message to FC Barcelona, and fans can't believe what he said. The Manchester City star dropped a surprise statement that's fueling massive transfer rumors, and now Barça supporters are dreaming big. Was it a hint? A challenge? Or a subtle invitation for a future movie? Whatever it was, it's got social media buzzing and insiders digging for more. With Barcelona already in the market for a top striker, this message couldn't have come at a crazier time. Could Álvarez be eyeing Camp Nou? Stay tuned, this story is heating up fast. Barcelona fans, brace yourselves, because what just came out of the blue might be one of the most shocking and intriguing twists of this transfer window. Argentine World Cup winner and Manchester City star Julián Álvarez has just dropped a bombshell, a message that directly connects him to FC Barcelona. And let's just say, it has fans dreaming, executives scrambling, and media outlets buzzing. This isn't just a vague quote or harmless admiration. This is calculated, intentional, and if you read between the lines, it might be a signal that something very real is happening behind the scenes. So let's break it all down. Julián Álvarez, currently playing under Pep Guardiola at Manchester City, has been the subject of quiet rumors for weeks. Whispers about a possible move away from the Etihad, not because of a lack of form, but because of a desire for more consistent starts, a larger role, and perhaps a new challenge. And now, out of nowhere, Álvarez has sparked the fire himself. In a recent interview with Argentine media following his national team duties, Álvarez was asked about his future. And while most expected the usual diplomatic responses, the generic "I'm focused on City," or "we'll see what happens," what he actually said caught everyone completely off guard. With a slight smile, he said, "Barcelona is a club with a beautiful history. I admire the way they play, their culture of football. Every player dreams of playing for a team like that. We'll see what the future holds." That was it. Short, polite, respectful, but powerful. Because when a player like Julián Álvarez, already established at one of the biggest clubs in the world, name drops Barcelona directly, fans and clubs take notice. You could feel the pause in the room when he said it. Reporters blinked. Social media exploded. And Barcelona fans? They started asking the real questions. Why now? Why bring up Barcelona unprovoked? Is this a hint at discussions already happening behind the scenes? And is there a real possibility that Barça might make a move for Álvarez this summer? Let's connect the dots. First, Barcelona is currently in a delicate position. They're undergoing a reshaping under Hansi Flick, with Joan Laporta and Deco actively scanning the market for reinforcements, especially in attack. While Robert Lewandowski is still scoring, the club knows it must plan for the future. Lamine Yamal is a star in the making, and Rafinha has stepped up, but the need for a world-class, no. 9 with versatility and youth is obvious. And who fits that mold better than Julián Álvarez? Álvarez is not just a striker. He's a hybrid attacker. He can play centrally, drop deep like a false 9, drift wide, and press like a monster. That versatility is pure gold in modern football. And let's not forget, he's only 24, already a World Cup winner, and proven in the toughest league in the world. Signing him would not only be a sporting win, it would be a statement. So let's ask the real question, could Barcelona afford him? Here's where things get tricky, but also interesting. Manchester City values Álvarez highly, but he's not untouchable. He is currently behind Erling Haaland in the striker pecking order, and despite playing frequently, many believe he wants to be the guy somewhere else. Add in recent reports suggesting his camp is open to exploring options if a club promises a central role, and suddenly Barcelona looks very attractive. Financially, Barça would need to get creative. But we've seen it before, Laporta and the board finding solutions to register players, despite their well-documented salary cap issues. A loan with an obligation to buy? A multi-year structured deal? Maybe even involving players in exchange? There are ways. And with the recent green lights from La Liga regarding salary margin improvements, a big move isn't off the table. Now, let's not forget who else has a say in this: Pep Guardiola. The City boss values Álvarez's work ethic, attitude, and adaptability. But even Pep knows that a player of Julián's caliber won't be satisfied playing second fiddle forever. Reports from England claim that Pep wouldn't stand in Alvarez's way if the player expressed a strong desire to leave, especially if the destination is a respectful one like Barcelona. And here's where the story gets even more juicy. Sources in Spain are now reporting that Deco has already made contact with Alvarez's representatives. It wasn't a negotiation yet, but it was a feeler. A check-in. The kind of conversation that starts with, "Would Julián be open to Barcelona?" And from what we're hearing, the response was not just yes, it was enthusiastically yes. Now let's consider timing. Barcelona is planning a few sales this summer to free up space. Ferran Torres is on the exit list. Ansu Fati's future is still unclear. And with Lewandowski potentially entering his final season, the need for a younger, dynamic striker grows by the day. If Alvarez becomes available, and if Barça clears enough space, this could snowball fast. But here's what really set this story on fire: Julián's choice of words. Players at this level are coached on what to say, especially when contracts and markets are involved. He didn't have to say anything about Barcelona. He didn't even need to mention the club. But he did. And that tells us something. It tells us the idea of playing for Barça isn't just a fantasy in his mind. It's real. And maybe, just maybe, it's been talked about behind closed doors. Barcelona fans are already dreaming. Memes are flying. Mock-up jerseys with Alvarez's name on the back are trending. And on the tactical board, Hansi Flick is likely imagining a front three of Lamine Yamal, Julián Álvarez, and Rafinha with Pedri and Gavi pulling the strings behind them. That's not just exciting, that's elite. And let's not underestimate the emotional side of this move either. Julián Álvarez grew up watching Lionel Messi. He's spoken about the Argentine icon many times. Messi's greatest club years were at Barça. For a young Argentine striker with ambition, following Messi's footsteps at Camp Nou is a dream that still holds incredible emotional weight. It's legacy. It's pride. And it's possible. Meanwhile, Manchester City fans are on edge. Some are understanding they know he deserves to be a starter somewhere. Others are upset, and rightfully so. Alvarez has delivered whenever called upon. Losing him would be a blow. But again, this is the nature of elite football. Players grow, they evolve, and sometimes they move on. So where do things stand right now? Here's what we know. Alvarez has expressed admiration for Barcelona publicly. Barça has shown interest privately. Financial mechanisms are being explored. And if Barcelona completes even one or two planned exits in July, this deal could catch fire. It's not done. It's not confirmed. But the seeds have been planted. And the fact that this entire story was sparked by Alvarez himself, that's what makes this different. That's what makes this feel real. Barcelona isn't just a club. It's a symbol. A destination. And when a player like Julián Álvarez signals that he sees